Hey, it's Ryan with Lawn Crack, and I'm about to put our equipment up for the winter. Hey, thank you for joining us for another video. And in today's video, I am winterizing our mowers and getting ready to take them to the storage location for the winter, so I don't have to worry about them. They're not in my way, and we'll go get them next spring. So the two things that are pretty important to do with your mowers is you're going to want to get the fuel out of the carburetor. So I am going to use a fuel stabilizer product to help with this. I am not a Sta-Bil fan, so I am going with Startron. I don't know why. I saw a couple experiments done with Sta-Bil, and I don't think their product works, but that's just my personal opinion. Maybe it does. So I'm gonna put some fuel treatment in the fuel because we're just gonna leave the fuel in the tanks. I don't feel like draining it out and trying to put it in my car or something like that. So I'm just gonna put the stabilizer in, leave it in the tanks. We are gonna turn the shutoff valves on the mower and run the gas out of the carburetor because that's all that really matters. And the other thing we're gonna do is disconnect the negative battery cable so our batteries do not die over the winter. So real quickly, I will show you guys exactly what I'm gonna do. And hopefully this helps maybe the new guys who are just getting started and don't know any better or don't know how to do it or anything like that. So if we come over to our zero turn here, zero turn, we just pick the seat up here and we have access to everything we need. The battery is right here. Of course, black is negative. So I'm gonna disconnect the battery last after I run the gas out because I haven't done this yet. So I'm gonna put my fuel treatment into both my tanks here, and then I'll run the mower for 5 or 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna shut off the fuel shutoff valve, which is right here on this mower. And you can find your fuel filter on your fuel line. That's a pretty good giveaway that that's your fuel line. And then you can trace this like this, and some have the inline shutoff valve. This one doesn't, and my walk behind does not either. So what I'm gonna do on the walk behind here, I already took this little cover off. The battery was under this cover on the snapper walk behind. So on this mower, so here's my fuel line coming out. There's my fuel filter coming down. So we have, you know, there's no shutoff valve on this one either. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull that clip, pull this line off, and then I will run the engine dry of gasoline that way. So, like I said, I hope that helps a little bit. You definitely want to disconnect that negative battery cable, just because if you leave it connected, it's gonna draw on the battery slightly over the winter. You're probably gonna have a dead battery in the spring. You may be able to jump it, charge it, whatever, and get it going again, or you may have just killed your battery. It's just, you know, not a good idea to leave the gas in the carburetor over the winter as it starts to evaporate and stuff like that, and it gunks up your jets and stuff like that. So you want to get it out. Hey guys, while I was at it winterizing the mowers, I wanted to quickly go over winterizing the trimmers. So I got a handful of our trimmers right here. We got a couple blowers laying around, and I got to find out where all the other ones are. There's another one back there. I think there's a couple in the other truck. But with these trimmers and blowers, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my gas can over here, put a funnel on it, and I'm gonna tip this guy upside down, dump the gas out. Same thing with the trimmers. I'll dump the gas out of those back into the 2-cycle can, and then I will fire them up and run them until the carburetor is dry, and then they're good to go for the winter. So at this time, it's also a good idea to grease everything on these trimmers. You got the grease fitting right here. That's not a typical nipple. You gotta put your grease in there, pack it in there somehow. And then on the mowers, it's a great idea to grease your mowers before you put them up for the winter. And I don't know what you guys feel about doing oil changes. Do you like to do that at the end of the season or the beginning of the season? I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle on that. So that's what I do to make sure my equipment should be good to go in the spring. So if you didn't know what you were looking for or what to do to prep your equipment for winter, those are the two most important things. So it's Ryan with Lawn Crack. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching and keep making money.